The first rays of morning sunlight spilled gently across the towering iron gates of the Marlowe estate. The golden shimmer painted everything in a divine glow, but what unfolded beyond those gates was anything but divine. A woman in a shimmering emerald gown stood rigid, her expression sharp with anger. In her hand, she held a bucket brimming with filthy water. Without hesitation, she tilted it forward. The murky liquid splashed down, soaking an elderly woman and a terrified little girl beside her. The child clung to her grandmother, trembling, while the old woman tried to shield her with her frail arms. The sound of the gate creaking open almost drowned out the growl of a sleek black car entering the driveway. From it stepped Alexander Marlowe, a billionaire known for his success, admired by many, but truly understood by few. The moment his eyes met the scene before him, he froze. His heartbeat thundered, his world shifted forever. If you believe kindness and compassion are what keep humanity alive, pause for a moment, like, and subscribe, because this story will remind you what truly matters. Alexander had always lived with precision, his life a rhythm of flights, meetings, and business deals. But that morning he broke routine. He had returned home unannounced, hoping to surprise his mother, Eleanor, and his 7-year-old daughter, Sophie. He had imagined laughter in the garden, breakfast under the open sky, maybe even a quiet conversation about his upcoming wedding to his fiancée, Isabella. What he found instead was cruelty. Eleanor, his mother, was a woman of grace and dignity. She had raised Alexander alone after his father's death. Her love and resilience were the foundation of everything he had become. Sophie, his little girl, had lost her mother young. Eleanor had stepped into both roles, grandmother and mother, nurturing the child with endless affection. These two were Alexander's world, his anchor amidst the chaos of wealth and power. And Isabella, she was the woman he thought would complete that world. Elegant, eloquent, and adored by society. To the world, she was perfection, the ideal match for a man of his stature. But beneath her flawless surface, Eleanor had sensed something cold, pride, arrogance, and a quiet cruelty she never revealed to her son. That morning, her suspicions turned into truth. Eleanor and Sophie had been laughing near the garden fountain when Isabella stormed in. Her face was tight with irritation. She scolded Eleanor for letting Sophie play freely, saying it made the estate look undisciplined. Eleanor softly apologized, trying to lead Sophie away. But Isabella's pride demanded more. She grabbed a bucket of dirty water used for cleaning and, with deliberate cruelty, emptied it over them. The splash echoed like a slap. Sophie screamed, clutching her grandmother's soaked dress. Isabella smirked and whispered, "This is what you deserve." But she wasn't alone. Alexander had seen everything, his fists clenched. His chest tightened. The woman he loved, the one he planned to marry, had just humiliated the two people he cherished most. Slowly, he stepped forward. His footsteps echoed across the stone driveway. Isabella turned and her face drained of color. His silence spoke louder than any words ever could. She stammered excuses, blaming Eleanor, blaming Sophie, even claiming it was all a misunderstanding. But Alexander saw the truth. He knelt beside his mother and daughter, ignoring his expensive suit now soaked in dirty water. Sophie buried her face in his chest, whispering, "Daddy, I'm scared." Eleanor, trembling, tried to calm him, but he wasn't angry about the mess. He was heartbroken by the lack of humanity. This wasn't about spilled water. It was about respect, kindness, and character, things Isabella had just destroyed. That day the engagement ended. No shouting, no scene. Just a quiet final truth. Alexander looked her in the eye and said, "Leave." Her apologies, her desperate promises, none of it mattered anymore. He had seen her soul, and it wasn't beautiful. Under the same golden sunlight that had witnessed her cruelty, Isabella walked out of the Marlowe estate for the last time. The news spread fast. The world speculated, whispered, and wondered why a billionaire would end such a perfect engagement. But Alexander didn't care. He devoted his time to the people who truly mattered. He took Sophie on little adventures, read her bedtime stories, and filled their home with laughter again. He spent quiet mornings with his mother, cherishing her wisdom and warmth. Slowly peace returned, not the fragile peace of silence, but the deep peace of love and truth. Alexander had learned the hardest and most beautiful lesson of his life, that love is not measured by appearance or wealth, but by kindness. No mansion, no diamond, no luxury could replace compassion. Isabella had failed that test. Eleanor and Sophie had passed it every single day. So dear friends, if this story touched your heart, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Limitless Truth. Because sometimes it takes witnessing cruelty to understand the priceless value of kindness. Tell us in the comments, what does kindness mean to you?